You're listening to Not Your Sister podcast.
Yes, we're both redheads.
No, we're not sisters. I'm not your sister, Christine.
And I'm not your sister, Amanda.
And I am not your sister.
And I'm not your sister. Before we get into the episode, just a reminder, we are on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Anywhere you consume content, we're there.
So go find it and follow now.
You can follow, like, share. We also have our Venmo linked if you want to fill our gas tank.
Oh, Lord.
Any donations would be appreciated. California is...
It's disgusting out here. $5+ a gallon.
Bank accounts are plummeting since driving around California.
Yeah. I'm working on credit now.
We're paying interest on gas.
So please, do anything you can do. We appreciate it.
Anything
Become
is
our
appreciated.
sponsor.
Sponsor us.
We'll give you a shout out.
Share the episodes, the clips on social media, comment, interact.
Yeah, anything helps.
We are currently on the coast of California. Cali, baby.
SoCal, NorCal, I don't know.
We went to a farmer's market this morning, or I guess we went to a flea market this morning, and Christine scored a fur coat on the coast of California.
Yeah, definitely won't be needing it this trip, but when I get home, entering back into the tundra.
The tundra. We think we're going to go out to eat here too. Get some tacos.
I hope so.
We can't really decide what it is that we want to eat out here. Because like we've said in the past, we don't go out to eat that often. And we've gotten a lot of recommendations for places to eat in San Diego. So it's like, do we want tacos? Do we want sushi? Do we want fish?
Yeah, I feel like I think Mexican or seafood probably would be really good down here since we're so close to the border and the ocean.
I think we have to do Mexican.
Okay.
I think we just made our decision.
We haven't even actually gotten Mexican yet, so we can do that. We've gotten plenty of seafood. This week, on Notable Ways People Ask Us If We're Sisters, we're going to jump back a couple days ago to Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
When we were just very innocently just walking down the street, just happened to be going by a little coffee shop.
A man was on what seemed to be intense business call. As we were approaching him, he was pacing in the street. And he's like talking, he's using his hands,
full-blown
saying
suit, dress tie,
numbers.
dress shoes, the whole nine.
When you see a man pacing in the middle of the street, spitting out numbers in a suit, like pacing back and forth, he doesn't seem very approachable, yeah?
No, we didn't even give a second look.
So we go to walk by him, and he seriously says, hold on 1 second, stops his phone conversation, and says, are you guys sisters?
We're so caught off guard. I
didn't even answer right away because I was like, what?
The Wolf of Wall Street just asked if we were sisters. For what? You have to just put a pause on a meeting?
And not only that, we said no, and then he just said, oh, okay. And like went back to his phone conversation.
It's like they don't want to know anything else.
Just if we're sisters. We should start saying yes every time, because then what?
Yeah, then what? You say okay again?
I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of reason that they're asking.
Well,
I mean, really, why does anyone want to know if anyone is sisters? Why do you really want to know? What are you going to do with that information?
I guess next time we're going to say yes so we can test the theory.
Yeah.
So why?
That was the most recent one that really, I mean, it's not the only one, but it's the one that really struck a chord with us.
It was worth sharing.
We actually spent a ton of time in Washington. So we wanted to talk a little bit more about some other experiences we had there. We did talk about the Gorge and Brian and everything that we did there.
That's where the brakes blew out.
The brakes story was in Washington. 5. So we have mentioned Washington before, but there are some other things that we did while we were there that we also want to talk about. So this episode, we're going to talk about more about Washington. We came from Vancouver down to Washington for a Billy String show. So we started our Washington stint in Everett, Washington for Billy. And Everett, again, another city, another parking dilemma.
Everett is not as big a city as San Francisco.
Or Vancouver.
But it is a city. The parking is atrocious. There's no parking lots, really. there's just street parking, which is not favorable.
For a big
So,
rig like us.
yes. So it was like the morning of the show, and we're driving around trying to find a place to park. Honestly, there really wasn't that much street parking.
There was really no street parking options, it felt like.
No, not anywhere remotely close to the venue, at least. And so I dropped you off at the line, and
She kicked me out the door.
Yeah, because I was getting irritated.
She was getting frustrated. She couldn't find a spot. She said, "Get out now."
And I was exhausted. So I'm driving around the city, literally in the same 4 roads, just going in a circle for what, I don't know. And I was looking for a place to actually pay to park. I was trying to do the right thing. And every single paid parking lot was so small. There's no way this would even fit in there. Like, I couldn't even drive in the parking lot, let alone park in a spot. And this technically could fit the width of a spot. It would need 2 spots for length. Most of the spots in the parking lots were not suitable for this length. So I was kind of at a loss. So,
At home, we really could just pull into like a Wegmans or a Walmart, and it's not that serious.
Exactly. So then I was like, okay, maybe we can just park in this grocery store parking lot. So I pulled over. I'm completely out of the way, nowhere near where anyone else is parking, at the total back of the lot. And I park there. I take a nap to cool down. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a temporary spot. Maybe we can't leave it here, but at least we can leave it here for a couple hours. And then we take the Lime scooters out,
Of course,
naturally.
Limes.
Down to the water, we're carousing.
I mean, we were gone for a couple hours.
Yeah, but nothing outrageous. No overnight stays. And we go back to the parking lot. And of course, there's a freaking parking ticket on the RV.
Our second parking ticket.
Yeah, we've gotten a little smarter, but currently, actually, we're sitting in a parking lot you're supposed to be paid for, but we're not doing it.
Because we're in the vehicle.
But regardless, I'm like, come on, another parking ticket. Okay. So immediately I look into the appeal process, and you have to do it all online, which was actually better because the ticket we had gotten prior, you had to mail in, and it was a whole ordeal. But this one, you could submit the appeal online. So I'm looking at, and then I like scroll down. It has an option to upload an image of some type of proof that you were actually at the store. I'm like, oh my God, this is our opportunity. So
we did not think, let's go buy something.
No, it didn't really make sense to buy something because the ticket, it was
we needed passed. It to be before the ticket happened.
Because the ticket was written at whatever, 12:45, and at this point it was already 2 p.m. So it makes no sense to go buy something at 2 p.m. with the receipt.
And the amount of times that I've been at a grocery store where there's receipts tumbling around or left at the registers, the self-checkouts, anything like that, I was like, we'd be able to find one in 2 seconds.
Easily. So we're going in the parking lot. We see a couple
on the ground. We're walking through
the
different lanes, both sides, just perusing the parking lot like we may as well have had metal detectors. We were literally just looking for any receipt on the ground.
I saw one blowing in the wind, lunged for it. Wasn't the right time receipt. We picked up a couple. They were all losers. And then I was like, okay, well, let's just go buy the register's garbage can. And actually, I'm pretty sure it was the first one I picked up right on the top. It was within 20 minutes of the ticket being written. It was the right timestamp, which was amazing, which proved that we were actually in the store at the time that the ticket was written. Well, and how would they even know that we were parked there that long unless they were checking? Mm-hmm. They had to have been watching.
Well, because you had been there all morning, too.
Yeah, so it was probably like, I mean, at that
maybe
point,
they saw us leave
like
on the
hours,
cameras.
Actually. 6, 7, 8 hours. Just a couple weeks ago, I had gotten an email that said the appeal was accepted.
Yeah, baby.
So we saved $60.
Money in the bank.
So if you get a parking ticket in a parking lot, in a store, just go look for a receipt and submit it.
There is no shame in digging through the garbage to save $60.
Absolutely not.
It's not like we're stealing.
And we didn't even have to buy anything, which was even better.
Ever since then, though, we've been very careful to pay close attention to
Very close attention.
Just in case there's not an appeal process.
And if you are even questioning if you should be parked somewhere, you're probably not supposed to be parked there.
There was one parking sign in Santa Barbara that was saying,
oh yeah,
District 15 permits exempt.
It was saying something about
but the verbiage that they used made
terrible.
no sense to me.
When you hear the word exempt, you think, oh, you don't have to have a parking permit.
Yeah.
But really it means you have to have a parking permit unless you don't have a parking permit. It was like the most obnoxious wording. It was so stupid, but thankfully, and we looked into it and
literally Googled, what do these words mean?
Yeah, and it basically means don't park there. So we moved because we avoided another parking ticket. It comes down to a matter of reading, and furthermore than reading, understanding they're trying to trick you because they want you to pay.
Oh,
I think.
T.
Don't even go to New York City. Get fucked over there. I was in New York City for 3 days. We got 7 parking tickets.
7's crazy.
I mean, that was just a number that flew out. It was more like 4, but regardless, it was like a parking ticket a day.
More parking tickets than the amount of days you were there?
Yes, 2 in a day. 2 per day.
Because you guys weren't reading, or?
Well, there was varying situations. There was one emergency. I don't remember the others. After we went to Everett and sorted out the parking ticket situation, we headed to Leavenworth, Washington.
And danced our butts off at Billy.
I lost my butt.
It went flying off during Turmoil and Tinfoil.
And the whole show stopped because of plop happened. After the Billy show in Everett, Washington, we headed to Leavenworth, Washington, which is a little Bavarian-style town, super cute.
Bavarian.
To the family.
To the Leavenworth fortune.
And she was an heir to the Leavenworth fortune.
I want to tell that so bad.
I want to so bad.
We're referring to something that we can't decide if we want to tell the story or not.
This is actually the dilemma. We want to tell the story. The problem is we physically cannot change the names in this story because the whole story is revolved around the name.
The whole thing revolves around their actual names.
It's a whole family of people and we don't even know them.
In real life, yeah.
But we have constructed an entire narrative, and if we were to change the names, I don't think it would be funny anymore.
It wouldn't. The name was the driver behind us constructing the story about their lives.
And it sucks because I don't know if we can share that.
I mean, full government first, middle, last names.
Don't ask how we know. Social security numbers are disclosed.
We'll have the socials in the caption.
So Leavenworth was a really cute town, and we did a couple of things there that were awesome. But a highlight a highlight for, I would say, both of us, and almost an overall trip highlight, was an amazing hike to Kolchak Lake.
Kolchak Lake.
Cold Chuck. It was freezing.
It was very cold. In Leavenworth, there's this area called the Enchantments. Itself is like 20 miles long, but people do it.
Yeah, you can do the whole Enchantments trail.
Some people will camp. Some people will do it in a day hike, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. We met a guy that was going to be doing it as a day hike, which is nuts.
And then we ended up seeing him at Dave Matthews Band.
Yes. At night, after the show, dark, riding a bike, I said, is that the guy from the Enchantments?
Yeah, literally. And he was like on an e-bike flying. We're trying to catch up to him, and I was screaming out the window. We sped
up and we screamed out the window, and then he saw us.
And he turned around. It was crazy.
Yeah. For Kolchak Lake, to get to the trailhead, you have to go up a logging road.
Mm-hmm. Which is, we've already made that mistake one time, and we're not doing it again.
With the hike that we did in Montana, that was really hard for us, that we were just talking about.
Because the logging roads are typically, they're all stone, which is usually pothole ridden. They're narrow, they're windy, and they're steep. And it's just not ideal to be driving something of this size up there.
Absolutely not.
And luckily, we really wanted to do this hike, and there was a shuttle that was offered to the Kolchak Lake trailhead that'll drop you off in the morning and then pick you up when you're done.
We wanted to do an early hike, so we did the 5:30 shuttle.
Right. So we get to this place.
a.m.
You meet at the parking lot. And parking lot was already filled to the brim at that point at 5:30. People that were doing the whole Enchantments Trail probably were parked there. It was just already filled up. So, and luckily we squeezed into this spot like it was made for us. And we see the shuttles there, so we get in. It's like a 15-passenger van.
The shuttle driver was an
Maniac.
absolute maniac.
I will say he probably does it multiple times a day, that drive. But there is no reason.
He probably doesn't bounce around that way.
Well, no, when you're driving, you're experiencing something slightly different than if you're a passenger. But this guy was flying up this road. He was swerving around the curves, hugging. You would think you would hug the inside. He was hugging the outside on the edge of a cliff.
He kept getting closer and closer, and we were literally like, holy shit. Our heads are hitting the ceiling.
He's hitting potholes like it's fucking jumps.
It was absolutely insane. And we're laughing so hard we can't even breathe.
He's probably going 40 to 45 miles up this hill.
Straight up, a road meant for
one and a half cars.
And a half vehicles. At one point, we come up on this Sprinter van that's going I would say normal speed for those conditions.
Yeah.
And I look and I'm like, no way. There's no way he's going to. Mind you, we'd been flying this whole time.
So he's like pissed off because he's got to slow down a couple freaking miles per hour.
And I'm like, he's all right. We're going to have to slow down now. Forced slowing down because there's no way we'll be able to make it around it. And he fucking zips out to the outside and passes this van on a road that is meant for one.
Yeah, passing on the outer edge. And I looked down because I was sitting on the edge where you could see the cliff. It's literally just a cliff down. So if you even make one wrong move and your tire slips off, the whole vehicle is rolling.
Nothing's catching it. There's not even like
trees or anything.
Nothing. It's just a cliff. And this man is driving like he is late for something.
Being thrown back and forth. It was nuts.
The other people in the vehicle,
unfazed.
Their heads are hitting the roof of the car and they are either not saying anything or just continuing to say what they were saying before.
It was like zero gravity. People's backpacks were flying all over the place.
I got smacked in the head with an aluminum water bottle.
It was insane. And no one else was reacting, but we were like being obnoxious. So we get dropped off at the top. We're beat and battered, but we're ready for the hike.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to read the specs of the hike?
So we did the Kolchak Lake via Stewart Lake and Kolchak Lake Trail. The trail is 8.7 miles out and back, and the elevation gain is 2,342 feet. That's a lot of feet.
So we were like a little bit nervous about doing the hike because it seemed to be really hyped up as a hard and strenuous hike by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. When we were in one of the souvenir shops the day before, this woman was like, you guys are going to be doing Kolchak Lake. You absolutely need poles. That hike is no joke.
She's like, you have to do it with poles. And I look over at the cashier, who's just like this young girl, and I'm making eye contact with her, and she's like whispering, just like mouthing it to me. She's like, you don't need poles. And then the wife of this woman who was like, you have to have them. And she's like, well, honey, they're a lot younger than us. We were like, oh my God, like we need poles, we need equipment, ropes. I don't know.
We were intimidated for sure. But as we were doing it, we had done a harder hike back in Montana. Like, I don't know if that hike just prepared us for it, but it's not like it was a breeze.
No, it's not flat. I mean, you are walking up switchbacks and rocks.
It's strenuous, but it wasn't like we were dying.
No, not at all.
And out of breath and had to take breaks.
In Montana, I was stopping every 10 steps.
Laying on the ground.
I was on the ground.
Heaving. Hoeing.
Heaving ho.
So it was actually a really enjoyable hike. And a lot of the views on the way up, those mountains are so breathtaking.
It really, the only way to describe it, which sounds so cheesy, was enchanting, really.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it really did feel like a fairy tale-esque type of mountain area.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Because we've been in a lot of mountains, hiking a lot of different places, and that place felt different.
It really did feel different. I wouldn't even know how to explain it otherwise.
I mean, that's probably how it got its name, really.
The hike wasn't to a summit per se. It was to Kolchak Lake, as the hike trail is called. So we hiked up to Kolchak Lake. When we get to the top, it opens up to this gorgeous lake. So blue. It wasn't even sunny out, and it was still super blue.
It was like turquoise.
Just enclosed by the most beautiful mountains, rocky,
snowy
mountains.
It was probably the most picturesque place that we've been. It doesn't even look real. And if you think it is real, you think, oh, that must be in a foreign country. But that's right here in the good old United States of A.
The good old US of A.
US of A, America!
In Washington, America. It's crazy. And we have this thing where when we exert any type of energy to get to a body of water.
Or exert no energy at all.
Whenever we're near a body of water, we absolutely have to go inside.
Absolutely.
It needs to be touching our bodies. So even after dipping our toes in and the water was freezing, the air was cold, the wind was blowing.
There really was no sun at all.
No sun at all. It did peak out a little bit.
For like 10 minutes.
We needed to go in. When I jumped into that water, that was the first time that I did lose my breath. I couldn't really catch it. I was like trying to tell you how cold it was. In the video of me jumping in for the first time, I can't even really talk. I'm like breathing really heavy, like hyperventilating, trying to catch my breath. But that being said, I did get used to the water, and it was so fun to swim in once you got used to it.
Yeah, it was adjustable. It never was like warm. You never like got comfortable, but you warmed up enough where it was comfortable to swim in for like, I think we probably 30 to 45 minutes we stayed in.
That's where I first had my dizzy spell of cold water swimming. I keep getting dizzy after
aftershock.
Cold water. Delayed shock.
So we did the whole out and back, and then we had to wait for the shuttle because you have to schedule when it's coming up because you don't have any service.
We had to pick how long we wanted to be gone. So that actually did give us a lot of time at Kolchak Lake. We were there for almost 3 hours at the lake because we needed to kill time because it took us, we were preparing for it taking us longer to get up and down, and it took us significantly shorter than we thought because we were expecting this really strenuous
Everyone's
hike.
like, well, people usually take about 6 hours. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah. We're like, we better just, budget for 8. And it took us like an hour and a half.
2 hours to get up there.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of extra time at the lake, which was good. But then we got to the bottom waiting for the shuttle, and we met this group of girls that had just done the Enchantment's whole trail. They had started the day before, camped overnight, and then had finished it that day. And they were also taking the shuttle back to the parking lot where we were going.
They had all met through hiking groups. And so I don't think they were really friends beforehand. They were.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize how they met or knew each other.
Mm-hmm. It was like some hiking group, and that they met through that. And then everyone came to come do this hike together. And they were in a pretty large group, but we only saw 5 of them.
Yeah, I think there was 4, and they were initially with 8 people, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the night before, they were doing
Asgard Pass,
which is like the hardest, most strenuous part of the whole Enchantment's trail. And they were trying to do it before dark, which I guess is really sketchy. The whole thing was crazy to hear about. But right before they were doing Asgard, like the other half of the group wasn't really going to make it.
The pace that half of the group was going was not fast enough to make it where they needed to go before dark.
Yeah, because they were planning to do this Asgard Pass and then like camp after that. Mm-hmm. And at the pace they were moving, they were going to be stuck overnight at Asgard, which is not campable, I guess.
Right. They didn't know if those people ended up going back or if they decided to camp right where they separated.
Yeah, because they split off. One group stayed or did something, and the other one went over the pass and then camped out.
and then finished the trail. And then that's when we met them, and they still hadn't heard from any of their friends, and their friends weren't down by the shuttle.
No, and they had walkie-talkies too, and they weren't able to get in contact with them then.
And we actually don't know if they ever found them.
If you're listening, we really want to know. Yeah, that was like kind of scary though, because they were like pretty nervous.
Mm-hmm. And we also had to prep them for the ride that they were about to endure back down the mountain.
Right.
They had not taken the shuttle up because they hiked up.
Right.
So they did not understand what this shuttle was like.
And we were already like, okay, we have a dose of what it's like on the way up. But the way down, what's this dude gonna be skidding, freaking drifting through curves downhill? We're like, how is this gonna go?
So we were preparing them too. We're like, we know that you just went through something traumatic, and the trauma does not end here.
No, like, besides the fact that they had split from their group, the hike itself seemed really traumatic for them.
Yeah, they said that they have stories for days. I wish we could have heard them. But the pictures that they had, where they were, they should not have been at the time that they were at. That being said, the pictures that they had of the sunset in a certain part of Asgard's Pass was one of the most breathtaking pictures I've ever seen.
It was crazy.
And they were like, we really shouldn't have been there to take that picture because it's not safe, but it came out really good.
But they had to keep going. We're like amping them up for the ride down. The shuttle was like a little late, and the person pulls up in the shuttle. Actually wasn't even the same driver. Ended up being a woman.
So we're like, okay, maybe it'll be different. Wasn't.
Was not. This must be their training process, because she was driving just as erratically as the dude.
Well, what she was saying was if you go over the bumps fast enough, it's less
hard on the car?
On the people.
Oh, on the people!
She said you have to go over them fast. She's like, or else you're going to dip into every single nook and cranny if you're going slow.
Well, yeah, but if you're going slow, at least you probably feel it a little more, but you're not jumping and getting jostled.
Yeah, I mean, we were bouncing. We were literally bouncing. We were making jokes the whole way down because we were like, this is so crazy. Honestly, we were like, why is this shuttle ticket so expensive? But it's probably because the car's in the shop every fucking week.
Dude, they go up and down the pass one time and they roll right into the shops because it's got no brakes or something. Things freaking beat. You do not drive a car like that. It wasn't even like it was jacked up or had big tires or anything. It was
it was a standard
freaking
van.
Shuttle van. It was insane. After we got dropped off, she didn't even put it in park. She just fell out of the van, basically. And we got
tuck and rolled right out. And the girls' friend group wasn't there.
No, but their car was still there, which means that
they were still on the mountain.
It just, like, the whole thing seemed really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were, like, planning to go home that day.
Yeah.
But some of them couldn't leave because they
without the other ones.
So they were, like, stuck
Sounded
there.
like a mess.
It was really, I really do wish we knew what happened.
They were really sweet girls, though.
Mm-hmm,
they would have been fun to hike with.
We finished the Kolchak Lake Trail and felt accomplished. So we decided to treat ourselves to some Bavarian grub.
We do keep saying we don't eat out and then telling you about times we ate out.
Yes, but most of the times we're talking about people treat us.
Yes, the times that we've eaten out, mostly people have treated us. But we did want some fucking meat.
We felt like if you're in a Bavarian town, like, of course it's going to be like specialty.
And we did just do a strenuous hike. Yes, it did not kill us, but we were fucking hungry and we were tired.
And I was hungry. Yeah. So, the first thing we tried wasn't really Bavarian, but it was
really good though. It was a pizza in a cone from the Cone Bros.
Yeah, it was just basically a pizza rolled up into a cone shape filled with cheese and pepperoni.
But it was really good.
It was good.
So I definitely recommend that. Also, Cone Bros does ice cream too. But they have a bunch of different cones that they do.
They do like a lot of random things.
In cones.
Macaroni and cheese in a cone.
Mm-hmm. That sounds really good.
So we tried that for an appy.
Mm-hmm. And then we went over to, what was it called?
It beats me, honestly.
Oh, Munich House. Munchenhausen.
Munchenhausen?
Munchenhaus. Munich House. I don't really know how to say it, but it's M-U-N-C-H-E-N, Munchen.
House, like H-A-U-S.
Haus. Munchen Haus.
Haas. Munchenaz. I think that's how you say it. And we got some brats. Brats, I'm very sorry.
Brats.
We got a couple brats.
A dog.
And a dog. And the best part about it was it had a self-serve topping bar.
Condiments,
Galore.
sauces, anything that you could think of. All these different flavors of mustard
Yeah,
and
I think they had like 30 different mustards.
relish and onions and this and
sauerkraut. And then we got the pretzel.
Yeah, we got
the soft pretzel.
The soft pretzel.
Which is probably an Americanized Bavarian version.
And dunked in all of the sauces.
Oh, yes. Get the pretzel so you can try the mustard. Really.
Get the pretzel.
Just
so you can try it.
The town itself is touristy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super cute. The enchantments are incredible.
We were in Washington for like 2.5 weeks, and we loved every second of it. Washington was one of the states we were in the longest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was so much to see. It's so different. Everywhere you go is different.
I love Washington.
It's really pretty.
We also were almost hunted down in Leavenworth.
Yes. We did have a slight run-in with a potential stalker.
We'll call him Victor for the sake of the story.
To protect his name and privacy.
We met him at a national park.
Mm-hmm.
And he was nice enough. He was great. We enjoyed the time that we spent at the national park.
We were like in this cliff jumping area, swimming, chatting. It was all so innocent, right? And the reason we had exchanged numbers was because we were going to Vancouver Island after that. And he said that he had a friend there that could show us around or give us recommendations, whatever. So like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Exchange numbers. But that's basically where it ended. And things got a little bit weird after that. When we met him, he was out celebrating Father's Day with his son. So, a Father-Son Day, it seems super innocent. It wasn't weird.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit it off talking. And he was like, well, why don't we meet for dinner after this? And we're like, okay, free dinner, sure.
We originally thought he was trying to set one of us up with his son.
Right.
At the time.
Exactly.
Because his son
was
was our age. And he was not.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, this dude's like, oh my God, yeah, I've got 2 girls who are going to hook up with my son. But he couldn't wait to get rid of his son.
Oh, God. The second time we saw him, because we let him take us out to dinner twice. The second time, we thought his son was going to be there. So we were like, where's your son? And he was like, I don't know, I left him at home.
Yeah, he had no interest in setting us up with him.
And it felt, at the time, I was kind of like, okay, that's weird, whatever. Then when we went to dinner, he brought us back to where we were staying. And we were hanging out in the car after, just chit-chatting.
And at this point, he wasn't weird. It was normal.
The energy didn't feel sketchy yet. Then he went on to tell us how he's a massage therapist. But unofficially,
he was a lot of things unofficially. Every time he would talk to him, he had a different profession or skill or talent.
At one point, he was a photographer, but he gave that up. And now he's trying to be a massage therapist.
But he gave that up.
So
anyway, back into it though.
He asked if we wanted a massage. In the car, he was in the driver's seat, I was in the passenger seat. I still had my shirt on and everything. So I was like, sure, you can rub my back, whatever. So he was giving me a back rub over my clothes. And I will say, I didn't feel uncomfortable, but I also didn't feel very impressed by his skills.
The masseuse skills said everything else sucked.
There was zero, he did not know anything about reflexology or muscles or anything. He's like, oh yeah, I feel that knot right there. I'm like, I don't think that's a knot.
That's just
my bone. That's my shoulder bone. But either way, it was the worst massage I've ever gotten. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really feel that uncomfortable.
No, he wasn't being weird oh.
Well, he got a little weird.
Well, he did get a little, yeah.
For you. So then he was like, all right, you ready? To Christine. So he's like, I'll come back there. So he goes into the back seat with her.
crunched up like a pretzel.
And he like gets his legs maneuvered around her so that she's sitting right on his
area.
body.
Backed it
And
right in.
he's like, back it up, back. Perfect.
Little more, okay.
And then he's giving her a massage. I had to pee and go get water because we'd been in the car for a couple of hours at this point. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while. So I'm like, I need to run inside really quick. And I was like, should I leave her? And then I was like, she's fine. She doesn't seem worried. So, and then when I come back and he's still doing it, I was like, okay, he's getting weird now. So I was like, all right, we should go.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we gotta go to bed. So we just left.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, okay. He kind of had this weird, these flickers of anger that would flash over his face every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of them. He had a flash of anger.
Right, because we said we had to go, and then he was like, probably had all his hopes and dreams were
Mhm.
crushed.
Well, when we were in the car before he rubbed our backs over our clothes, he mentioned he had massage oil. I was like, I brought my oil. I should have brought my table. I wish I brought my table.
He's like, well, we can just go up and I can just do it in your bed. And we're like, okay.
We were like, we're good. So that was the last that we saw of Victor. But that's not the last we heard of Victor.
No. Victor's legacy
Lives on. Well, I'm going to read a text message that he sent me when we were in Leavenworth. Prepare yourselves. Because
long-winded.
he cannot get to the fucking point.
Victor is a motor mouth if I've ever met one.
He called us when we were on the way to Leavenworth and we answered. And I had to pretend that we lost service
to shut him up.
hang up on him. All of a sudden, he just is like, all right, girls, I'll talk to you later. And then he was like, brrr, and then goes into a whole nother thing.
Can't say bye.
So all of a sudden, I just started saying, hello? Victor, hello? Are you there?
I think we lost you.
And I just hung up. And then I never answered a phone call after that. But I did get a text a couple days later. Here's what it says. Good morning, ladies. I want/need another dose of Christina and Amanda energy. You ladies keep popping into my head and making me smile and chuckle. Your adventure is so awesome that I'm inspired. I do get to travel, but have never traveled on the scale you guys are on. Well, actually, I have to take that back. Once a long time ago when I traveled across Norway, but not since then. Before you leave the PNW forever, I want to meet up again. I had every intent on giving you both a masterfully crafted,
here it comes.
professional full body massage, with, of course, your permission.
Of course.
With hindsight, I believe you gave me the hints.
No, we didn't.
Unfortunately, I failed to pick up on them.
No, you didn't.
I also just did not ask if you wanted one.
Yes,
you did. I get the sense now that you did.
No, we didn't.
Unfortunately, the gentleman inside of me did not just think a dream like that was coming true.
It wasn't.
I had given so many massages,
Terribly.
but have never given them to two beautiful women at one time. Especially two women that serendipitously fell into my life. But wait, there's more.
There's a lot more.
I am having... Excuse me. I am having both a belly button birthday and a sobriety birthday very soon. Now I'll pause here.
For those who don't know.
For those who don't know.
A belly button birthday. We just assume, because we've never...
This is what we assume. That a belly button birthday is the one where your umbilical cord was cut.
Yeah, your normal birthday.
Your day that you were born on this earth. And then sobriety birthday when you were reborn into sobriety.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm having both a belly button birthday and a sobriety birthday very soon. I want to follow through with giving you both a full body massage. So I'm asking you both to be my present/reward. If you felt as connected to me as I did to you,
We didn't.
we didn't. Side note, Oh my God, with the side notes. He's always side noting this, side noting that.
PS here, PS there.
There's 2 PSs in this message, but side note, I found it interesting that from the moment we met, it was like we'd known each other for a long time. Maybe that is a last life thing? Question mark. Let me hunt you down on the Oregon coast.
Stalker.
I will bring my table. I suspect I will give you an experience as rewarding for you as it would be for me.
I can guarantee that wouldn't happen.
First PS.
There we go.
PS. Since we talked about it in the car, if your comfort level is high, your body and muscles feeling relaxed and your mind on fire, I will give you a happy ending. Wink emoji. No doubt in my mind, my hands will make you feel fabulous.
There's a lot of doubt in my mind.
Peace sign and travel safe. PS.
Again, this is the third PS.
For different reasons. White Pass or the Columbia River Gorge Highway are the 2 most scenic ways to drive back to the coast. Call me to check and schedule your massage, or cry face to get travel info for Northern Oregon. That was the message him asking us to give him a threesome for his birthday.
Which birthday was he celebrating? Did he want the threesome for?
I'd imagine
His belly button?
his belly button.
Probably.
And then along with that message, we were on our way from Leavenworth to the Gorge to see Dave Matthews Band, which he knew. So he sent a YouTube link to a Dave Matthews Band song called Crash Into Me. And he said, I use this song loosely because I read once that the song has a few different meanings, which doesn't necessarily fit this situation. But I do feel a higher power of some sort made our paths cross. So, crash into me.
It's just ridiculous. So, crash into me. So the saga continues with Victor. And apparently we were major inspirations to him to start up old hobbies.
I mean, we're getting messages daily at this point.
Paragraphs upon paragraphs.
What else you got?
Thanks for the inspiration. I am the tail end of painting and preparing a spare room for my photography studio. All of a sudden he's starting up photography again.
He had quit photography, but then after meeting us, decided it's for him now, just like massage therapy.
Right. Because although I've been continually shooting over the years, it's been a long time since I had a studio to work in. You both are a piece of that. Thanks. So to add to our possible last meeting, or meeting just for this, I want to shoot you both. And put you in my portfolio.
I want to shoot you both. I don't know if he is just talking about a camera. I want to shoot you both.
The way he wrote it.
And put you in a bag.
I want to shoot you both. Pause. And put you in my portfolio. I hope your traveling has been moving smoothly. You are staying safe and fun, and you're getting into some, quote, fun trouble. You guys keep popping up in my head, which makes me shake my head, then laugh and smile. Be well. Even though I missed an opportunity to give you ladies a full body massage and even maybe some, quote, fun trouble, you still have had a positive impact on my life. My short experience with you really helped me step off the edge of a plateau I'd been on. A dose of Christine and Amanda energy is infectious and a bit addictive. Winky face. So please reach out sometime.
Please.
I would love to keep you in my tribe. Peace sign.
I'd love to keep you in my tribe.
Peace. PS again. Shoot me the pics of us at the restaurant. You guys have made it my journal and scrapbook. Definitely want a picture to go along with the story.
I don't know if it can be called a journal and a scrapbook. It might be a fucking shrine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those photos would be being used for at this point.
Then
there's more.
More time went by. Mind you, we have not been answering a single one of these messages or his calls. But we didn't block him because the messages are funny. So then he texts a few days later, maybe even a week. I don't know, whatever. And he sends a YouTube link that I can't access. I click it and I can't get to anything. So I cannot see what it is that he sent.
Damn it.
But the message that goes with it is, fucking crazy how
Excuse
one
my language.
person can just get their hooks in you so well. I watched this movie shortly after we met. This song will forever remind me of Christine.
Oh no!
You both really do rock. I am hooked on the ginger. Fucking crazy. Period. But so awesome. Period. Live life to the fullest. Peace sign.
What does that even mean?
At this point, he's spiraling. I mean, in the car, yes, we did say, sure. Like, we didn't even ask him. He was like, do you want me to rub your back? And to be honest, like, my back kind of hurt. Like, yeah, I do.
I do want someone to rub my back. I don't care who.
I really don't care who. But it didn't even feel good.
It didn't feel good.
I'm like, what are you doing? He was literally just like poking parts of my back. I'm like, hello? So I don't even know. And then when we were talking about the happy ending thing, me and Christine like to prompt people to talk about things in their lives. And we were just being curious about like if he's a weirdo.
What? That got proven.
Like we were just kind of like, because he was saying how he goes and gets massages, and we were really just trying to feel out like, are you weird about this, or is this like a genuine thing for you? That's what we were trying to figure out. And he took it as us being interested.
Right. It really just solidifies the idea that men are honestly idiots.
They're so stupid. If you even smile at them,
they're like, oh my gosh, she wants me.
So for any men that are listening to this, if men are listening to this, we don't want you.
Women don't want you. Let's be honest.
Women don't want you.
And they're being nice to you because they feel bad for you because they don't want you.
Or on another hand, they think you're funny or enjoyable to be around, but not in a way sexually.
No, most of the time they like your friendship.
If a girl smiles at you, it is not the same thing as taking off her pants in front of you.
Well, to men, it feels like that. Clearly, we're living proof of it.
So, just jot that down.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor, for teaching everyone here a lesson.
And sorry, Victor, for you being the butt of this joke.
He doesn't even know about the podcast.
But knowing Victor, he's going to find it.
Oh, God. He does spend a lot of time on YouTube, apparently.
Oh, great. He's going to feel really sad when he hears this.
Maybe he won't even know it's him.
He's read verbatim every single thought he's ever had.
Be well.
I'm hooked on the ginger. Oh, great.
Washington, though, overall, it was a good bulk of our trip, and we did a lot of really fun things there.
Yeah, Washington has a lot to offer.
That pretty much closes out Washington.
Pretty much does.
Pretty munchin' does.
Pretty Munich House does.
Pretty munchin' house closes out Washington.
You asked it.
We answer. Question of the episode. What have you learned about yourself on this trip so far?
Ooh.
A couple of days ago, I turned 30.
Happy birthday.
I feel like I've learned a couple things about myself on this trip, which I actually didn't really think. I've not really done anything in life and been like, wow, I learned a lot about myself. Like, yeah. I truly just thought, oh, this is going to be a really fun trip. But I actually do have some takeaways. First one.
Fantastic.
Being in the present moment has now become more important to me than anything else. Because here we are always thinking about what's next. Milestones, careers, money, family, marriage, all of that. It's like, okay, I've done this. Now what's next?
Yeah, just hit the next marker.
And I was talking to someone, I can't even remember who it was.
Sean.
Who?
Sean of Blair and Sean.
Oh, yes. And he had said something to me that really struck a chord. He was like, well, the people that are planning and constantly trying to hit these milestones are not experiencing the quality of life that the people that are in the moment are experiencing. Like, yeah. When you're living in the present moment, your life is at its highest quality.
Because people that are planning for the next thing are so focused on what's happening next, they're just letting their present pass them by. And it's like, an example, someone that's so desperate to find someone to get married. It's like all you're doing is looking for someone to marry, but you don't even see what's in front of you because all you're focused on is like, where can I find this person? How am I going to find them? When can I find them? It's like you're not living your life. You're just focused on this one thing that you're not really even in control of.
Really not. And oftentimes I've seen people, they're so desperate to find that they end up just settling for someone that it works with. Maybe
Kind
not.
of works.
Yeah, maybe not what's meant for them, but it's like forced.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, I finally have someone I can marry. Now we can do the next milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can start trying to have kids because I want to have kids because that's like the next thing that society tells you you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And something that I did learn about myself on this trip, and I don't think it's something I learned, I think it's a mindset shift that I had. Before this, I used to think, if I can't have kids, like if there's something with my body, or I don't find someone, or for any reason where I cannot have children, there is no point in living. Like I used to think, I don't really even see the point in being alive if you can't be a mom. If I can't be a mom, me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think a lot of
it
people
was,
feel like that.
yeah, and it was pressure, which I did not let it determine things for me. Like I didn't let it run my decisions, but it still felt like stress and pressure and worrying that I wasn't in the moment. And then going on this trip and realizing being present is so important and that life is going to work out the way that it's supposed to work out. I'm not saying that I don't want kids, because that's not it at all. But I'm saying that if it doesn't happen for me and I don't have the right circumstances to have kids, whatever, then there is still a point in living life and I would be able to fill my life fully with other
Yeah, it
things.
just would look entirely different. It doesn't mean that your life is going to be good or bad one way or the other. It's just that you basically, we're at the age where we're at a fork in the road. And it's like, if you go the family route, that's your life. If you go the other route where you kind of are single or you're just dating and you're focusing more on what you want to do, because at that point you can remain selfish because you don't have anyone that's counting on you. And then you can do things like this. You're going to have a lot more money, you're going to have a lot more time, and you can do travel and do what you want. Or you can have your kids and your family be what you want to do.
But living every day fully present, and I don't mean just like float through life and be complacent and do nothing. Wake up every day with intentions, but be present and not worry about the future. That takes the pressure off of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to decide right now if you want kids or if you don't, or I don't feel like I have to decide.
No.
I think that the way I move through life and where I go is going to kind of work itself out.
Absolutely. And when you think about when people ask you where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, think about 5 years ago. If someone were to ask you that, would you have said exactly what you're doing now? Probably not, because there's no way to foresee it. So there's no sense in putting all your energy into planning your future when so many things can happen that change it.
Yeah.
And then ultimately when you plan things and expect things, you get disappointed.
I don't want to have 5 years planned out.
No,
I don't want
excitement
to even know what's going to happen in 5 years. The only things that I want to know are happening in 5 years is I've learned more, become more intelligent and self-aware, and grown as a person, become a better person, things like that. I don't want to know exactly where my life is going to be in terms of the car I have, the house I have, the relationship.
No.
What route I'm taking.
No, because that is setting yourself up for disappointment when you don't get it.
And I'm not saying this in a way that's negative towards anyone that did choose the family route at all. I'm more saying it in a way of, if you do feel that pressure and you haven't found someone to start that life with, or you feel like how I was explaining I felt, where I felt like if I couldn't have a family, there's no point in living, that it's okay to be where you're at. It's okay to be where you are right now because it's where you're meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds really cliche, but
cliches happen because they are based in reality.
Yeah, they're cliche for a reason.
Right.
So wherever you're at right now is okay, and enjoy it. Because another thing I've learned throughout life in general is that nothing ever stays the same.
Nothing lasts forever, another cliche.
Seriously though, like nothing, no matter what you do to try and fix certain factors to stay the same, things change.
Yeah, and change is scary sometimes. And you can, and also it kind of goes the same thing with staying present in the moment. It's like you're thinking about a big change coming up and you're trying to control that change and you're anticipating how you're going to feel in that change, but it's like just worry about right now. It'll happen when it happens, and then you'll adjust just as easy.
Mm-hmm. And then you've wasted all that time worrying.
Right.
Instead of being in the moment. Basically, nothing is going to be exactly the way it is right now. So look around you and enjoy whatever is right now.
Mm-hmm. You can find enjoyment in anything. Mm-hmm. If you want to, you have to have the right mindset.
And that is something that, like I said, not just falling through life and letting things happen to you, but finding the best in every situation and finding happiness and gratitude in everything that you do is only going to bring you more positive things that are meant for your life. Mm-hmm. So if you're feeling the pressures of being a woman in your 30s, it's okay.
There's enough technology. We can get you pregnant at 50.
No worries. And you can have a baby by yourself. But stay present, people.
Peeps.
In the moment is the best place that you can be.
It's easy for us to say because we're on an extended vacay, but we've had our ups and downs and we're going to be going back to reality. Mm-hmm. So it's going to actually, I think my biggest like lessons learned or realizations are going to come when we get home. Because I don't think it's really sinking in yet.
That
the
we
gravity
have to go home?
Well, no, I know we have to go home, but I don't think the gravity of what we're doing has sunken in yet. Mm-hmm. Because I'm so busy living in the moment of like what we're doing that I'm not like over analyzing like, oh, have I changed?
We will have plenty of time to reflect when we get home.
No, I've already been thinking about what I'm going to do when I get home so I can stay busy.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't. I'll figure it out when it happens.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about it. Mm-hmm. There's no sense in worrying about it. You're going home eventually.
We've also set ourselves up for success when we get home. Like, I saved money for when I get home in case I did spend everything that I saved for the trip. I also have a chunk of money saved for when I get home so I don't have to worry about it. We've paid rent essentially through the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So we'll be on our feet when we get back.
Yeah. Or else it would have been a terrible decision to go on this trip if we couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. I know we're kind of sporadic with our episodes, but it happens when it happens, people.
We're just two free gals.
Living in the moment.
Winging it. Sign. Living in the moment. Be well.
Massage and oil table.
Peace, love, and be well.
And follow.
Be a follower. Don't worry about leading. Just follow.
Yeah, no.
Follow us.
I'll lead. You follow.
We're on Spotify, Not Your Sister, YouTube under Not Your Sister Podcast. And then you can follow our Instagram, Not Your Sister Podcast, and our TikTok. So yeah, we post clips of episodes on the social medias, and then we post the episodes on YouTube and Spotify. If you are enjoying it, please follow, like, share, comment, interact.
Yeah, share it.
Everything is helpful. We bought stickers, and we have like
stickers.
Yeah, we designed them with our logo, and it has a little Spotify QR code on there too, so people can just scan the sticker. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be giving them out to people. We will see you next week. Mm-hmm. And we'll miss you in between.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Bye.
Bye. Be well.